Did you enjoy watching Friends? I did. And one of my favorite things about the show was when Monica would look through the peephole of her door and this picture frame would be on her door, and I always somehow remembered that. So the other day I got this fridge magnet from some real estate agents in the mail, and rather than throwing it out, I thought, oh, it'd be so much fun if I made that into a fridge magnet and put a picture behind it on top of my fridge. So let me give you some tips on how to make this. I've got 2 sheets of vinyl, and I'm using the darker one to cover up the writing that you would see on this magnet. So this is a roll of transfer tape film. It's actually really quite heavy, and we want to use that to squish out the air bubbles as we're transferring this film onto the surface of this magnet. And it's quite staticky, so I just let it drape on this roll. And if you don't have a roll, maybe a rolling pin might do, but it really does need to be heavy. I tried it with a rolling pin, it still yields some air bubbles. So I'm going to line up this edge here with this area here so that I overlap anything. And as I roll, I'm going to bear down on the top so that I continue to have any air bubbles squish out. I got a little bit here, but if I catch it before it seals up, that's pretty good coverage here. So I'm going to cut the shape of the picture frame on my cutting machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my fridge magnet covered with the vinyl, and it took a couple times to cut through, but I always test it on the mat while it's still registered with the blade and make sure it cut all the way through before I finally release it out of the machine. Now, if you've ever tried to apply vinyl to something, sometimes the static cling will make the item jump up against your vinyl before you're actually ready to apply it. So to combat that, I actually put it onto a mat that has some stickiness, just so that it doesn't tend to jump up without me being ready. I have some transfer film ready to go, and it's just simply transferring the top color on top. And then when I do press down, I try to press from the middle outward so that I'm squishing any air bubbles out. And I try to work in one sort of spreading direction, so I won't go from the inside in. So with this direction started, then next I'm going to start in this direction. You want the air bubbles to be able to escape, and when you try to go into many directions, then that's how you actually trap an air bubble. And there we are. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it 2 thumbs up and leave me some comments below. Thanks.